there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description. So we need to discuss some missing figures from last night's episode. The antis, the ops, the negative Nancys, if you will, the adversaries, the arch nemesis, the opponents, the rivals, all the things, the foes of it all. Martell, Tisha, and Destiny, you guys, were nowhere to be found in last night's episode. Nowhere to be found, you guys. Referenced, of course, you know. We know there was no way Destiny was going to be at No Mimosa. And we know, of course, Tisha was not going to be at the Mimosa during her mom's big birthday weekend in Vegas, in which Marceau threw plenty of shade at in Sin City and called Tisha's mom the original sin. Are you going to go in, Tisha's mom, on Marceau at all? Are you going to go in on him saying you are the original sin? Like, what? Like, just diabolical for no reason. This is what I'm saying. He has said that your daughter and daughter's family, which would include you, are from the other side of the tracks. Has said all types of foolery. You know? And furthermore, is now saying you're the original sin. Just a mess. Just a hot mess all around. We don't have Martell's crash out on the show. There has been so many. We don't have, the eye rolls and the dirty looks from Destiny anytime she's in Mel's presence, because Mel is never, ever, ever, going to be her friend again. There was so many people who said that the episode overall was good. There were so many people who were pleased with the episode to the point they were wondering if there was a new production team, if Carlos King's name was still on the credits, because it was overwhelmingly positive. This episode is what reality TV used to be. This episode is what reality TV used to be. The examples on your screen is what happens when people are too invested in reality TV. And they do not care how bitter, how miserable, how negative they are. They're going to try to make sure everybody else is destroyed. See, what last night was fun shade. I did not get any inkling of any type of, outside of Trish, really. Trish was the only one who kind of had like a stank attitude, but it was such an overwhelmingly positive episode, and she has such a minimal storyline on the show, without Marquez and without trying to paint him as a deadbeat every 5 seconds, that it actually was overshadowed. Everything else, the intent, even if there was shade, even if there was lies and delusion, it still had a conclusion. It still had an ending, right? Even the nonsense with Sunny admitting, well, before she could admit that Moses was behind bars, Kimmy was gleefully excited to reveal that information, you guys. See what I mean? like just a mess. But I say all that to say, there's conflicts of interest that are preventing the show from going forward if, in fact, the show is not canceled or on a hiatus. You can't have somebody like Martell, who is the ultimate disruptor, and you allowed and enabled this man to have several angry outbursts.
You have allowed him to have outbursts allegedly on the set of, Behind Every Man. He's allegedly had an outburst at least once on one of the reunions. You've had it to the point that you've allowed for so many seasons to him talk recklessly and be completely out of control and out of pocket to his ex-wife, Mel. And you enabled a situation in an environment that the cast was okay with it, as long as it was not them that was getting the smoke. And now all of a sudden, that because Martell can't film with Mel, he can't use Mel as a storyline, he got convicted of Revenge P, third-degree DV harassment charges, has now currently an escalated no contact order, no contact directly or indirectly. He has to now go balls to the wall. He now has to, find a storyline, find something, because painting him as the victim and having the audacity for him to wear a white suit like he was an angelic figure was an epic fail. So when all else fails, you have to turn on everyone else. Because this long drag out nonsense with Mel, it's too much. It's too much to the point where Mel has told y'all, I'll film with y'all, but if y'all are going to continue to use me for a storyline, I've got something for you. And if the fact that I have to have security for my ex-husband and his unhinged behavior to protect me and my 4 kids, you think I'm filming scenes with him? We've got 2 active cases, 1 criminal and 1, regarding the custody battle. No. So Martell is in full crash out mode. He is desperately trying to make his choo-choo train happen. And all it turns into is people laughing at her. And also some people just being the biggest hypocrites ever. The hypocrisy of it all. You wanted to like Martell and his concubine and his choo-choo train as long as he was bashing Mel, which is not a good look, which is not a positive thing, by the way, which is inappropriate, out of line, out of order, even if you didn't like Mel, and y'all were on the mute challenge, and now all of a sudden, because he's coming for the Scots, because he's coming for Tisha, now y'all got an issue. No. Like I said, wasn't you the ones that had papers on Martell season 2? You should have moved forward with it, but you chose not to. So, and then you sat there for several seasons. You knew who Martell was. Y'all knew exactly who it was. Y'all were watching apparently Revenge P and all other types of videos and knew exactly who he was. It wasn't until he turned on y'all wanted to gain a conscience, because even when Martell got arrested, y'all were still telling the news stations, free Martell, pray for my brother, I hope everything's okay. So please miss me with the newfound alliance attempts and all this other foolishness that's taking place. No. And trying to get close to Mel's supporters, Mel's fan base, so you can have that clout, that attention, that amount of people that are contributing to your businesses. Then we have Tisha. And more, it's a conflict of interest. It's already a conflict of interest of having 2 couples on the show. I think it's a mistake because in the case of Maurice's DUI, the storyline completely bombed because they decided to make a pact which is what Mel alleged. She said it for herself on the show, that they made this pact that we're not going to discuss this DUI. So therefore, if anybody tries to come at us, we're going to try to turn it around and make it about you and just say that you're miserable and that you're unhappy and you miss your ex-husband. No. This is about taking accountability. This is about taking responsibility. This is about the fact, regardless of what happens in the case, you still were arrested and under the influence at 12 in the afternoon the following day after a graduation party. And then you decided to make jokes about it on social media. You decided to post videos saying free Reese. You decided to post videos where Maurice did not wash his behind and immediately came from jail and drove up in that rented Lambo and wanted to show on the gram that you're popping bottles and everything else as if you just didn't get in trouble for drinking. No. I don't care about a technicality if they use the wrong, breathalyzer or whatever it was that ultimately got it dismissed. Because like I said, several people that get DWIs or DUIs is a lot of times if it's a first offense, depending on the circumstances, a lot of times they will dismiss it or allow you to do some type of classes, some driving classes, some other stuff to where you can knock it off, or some type of probation or what have you. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean that you're not guilty. That doesn't mean the arrest didn't happen. That doesn't mean you were not under the influence. That doesn't mean there wasn't receipts of you being under the influence on video. And you continuing to say, as of the end of last year on Carlos King's Mr. Monday, that you still go out till 4 a.m. several times a month. No. And then try to clean it up and say, well, practically every night I'm out till 2. No. And that you're with basically Sidarik and his wife. No. But I say all that to say that Tisha really hates Mel. This whole thing, this whole truce that they allegedly made, that they were going to keep it cute for the cameras. They were going to come to each other directly if there was a problem, if there was an issue, this and that. Tisha has vented and complained so much to her mom that a true friendship between Tisha and Mel is never going to happen, you guys. There's never going to be a situation where Tisha is genuinely going to like Mel ever again. And I hope Mel realizes that. There's too much jealousy. There's too much insecurity. There's too much nonsense taking place for there to be a real friendship between these two. And it's unfortunate because when things were good with Mel and Tisha, they really could have been, I could argue, the strongest friendship duo on the show. Now, if you want to say what Mel was doing with Tisha in the earlier seasons with mentorship, I would agree with you, Nell Fletcher. That's what a mentor looks like. Helping somebody become an AKA, helping at the grad chapter level, assisting, using their connections in different charitable organizations and helping you be more present at different charitable events so you can get yourself out there and get exposure. But then we had foolishness. We had the copy and paste gate of, the Embrace logo on the mommy podcast or whatever. Like we've had so much foolishness. And then you bring your mom into your drama. You're a grown adult. What, in your 40s? Like make it make sense. Why can't you say what you need to say without having a mouthpiece? And even though your mom's not on the show, she is still using her platform to basically regurgitate the things that you're telling her anyways, which means you still do not like Mel. And then you try to throw shade at Mr. Mondays when you were on there saying that you're glad that you got your sister back because of her performance on the reunion. Oh, so we're seeing real time. Everybody supposedly made up, gave each other apologies. Everybody's all good regarding Kimmy and Mel. And now all of a sudden, unprovoked, Kimmy just goes in on the attack on Mel at their reunion. This is what Mel is talking about. And Nell, the scene with Nell is the perfect example. you all of a sudden, diminish how upset or how you're truly feeling in front of my face. You wait after several times we have filmed together, other scenes, other episodes. You wait other times that if we did hang on off camera or did something off camera or whatever, you did not utter any of these issues. And you kept going on social media saying that we are good, even if we've fallen out, we're good. But then you wait 6 weeks later to now unleash on how hurt and upset you are, which is going to be the same tomfoolery Kimmy's going to pull at the reunion, allegedly, and it's not going to be a good look. Because it's basically going to look like all these scenes that we're seeing now is fake. And that is why people get sick of reality TV, because it's like, say it with your chest when you're filming in front of that person. Stop being a confessional gangster. Say what you want to say in those confessionals to the person's face. But you never have the energy. You want to keep it cute and mute and then say it behind camera so that you can get a few viral tweets about your shade. And then all of a sudden you want to have all these things to say at the reunion. But the thing is, we're not even going to get a good reunion. See Bell Collective and that flop of a reunion, because most of the drama that's taking place has been all since the reunion has been filmed. And they filmed the reunion so in advance that the cast has not seen all these episodes yet of all of these confessionals and what everybody had been saying behind their backs. So they're only having a limited reaction of probably a screener that doesn't feature those confessionals. And really, they're only reacting to maybe seeing the cast in other scenes and all that stuff. But they're not seeing all this other shade that's being thrown their way. And all these other drag sessions and all these other messiness and everything else. They're not seeing any of that. So we're going to get a watered down reunion once again. But my thing is this. There is a huge conflict of interest as it pertains to Tisha. And until she stands on her own and doesn't allow somebody to continue to talk for her, she's not going to thrive. And she's going to continue to get dragged and called out, because you're literally saying things verbatim that we've heard your mom say on her platform. So it shows that you're very much in cahoots, that if you really wanted to shut her down or to tell her to stop it, you have the power to do so. You choose not to. Because you apparently told her not to say anything about Martell. And that, of course, went on deaf ears. But you will not shut her down when it pertains to Melody, and I can argue that the hate's gotten worse. The final thing I want to get to, and I want to say for the least amount of time in this video, is Destiny. Because obviously there was no reason to bring her back on the show outside of the Sunny and Moses stuff. Everything else has just been her trying to instigate stuff or throw jabs at Mel and be Martell's filming partner. But essentially, if Marceau and Tisha are in a highly engaged battle with them, whose side are you going to be on, Destiny? Are you going to continue if, in fact, the show does come back? If, in fact, they are actually filming something right now? How are you going to justify still being Martell's friend if you're supposedly supposed to be good friends with the Scotts, and you're supposedly supposed to be hanging out with the Scotts and the Fletchers after the filming of the reunion in Los Angeles? How are all of these things supposed to be taking place, and you have Martell calling your friend Tisha a pass-around and saying that she is getting down with the get-down in the Bruicks? And then, alleging that there was some crash out Marceau recently had because it was post-vasectomy regarding Tisha's pregnancy scare. How is it that every scene you're in, it is full of negativity? Where is the positivity? And then you want to play in the people's faces about the relaunching of Madani. How many times is the thing going to relaunch? How many times do we have to suffer and endure this? Where is the rebranding? Where is the refocus? instead of just doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome. That's insanity. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.